Hello, everybody. Anime Reflux. We got another weird, surprising in a good way one this week.
Hey, it's weird, but it's coherent.
It is. What was it? It was level E. Yes,
Yeah.
level
Yes.
E.
Yes.
Yeah. This one was weird, but I kind of loved it. Also, very creative. I like it a lot. Um, so
I loved everything from the straight start of this show. Like right when it had like the creepy alien music right off the bat, I was like, I might be in for a treat today. Damn it
yeah,
if I wasn't.
they really did try and give it like a kind of like X-Files sort of opening thing there, which, fair enough. If that's what the premise of the show is, yeah, okay, go with that. It didn't really stick with it, but that's okay. Because, alright.
You know what? It got my attention. That's all it needed to do.
Yeah,
And
I feel like
it
we're
kept,
talking around the weird things that happen in this show, because, yeah, okay. Let's just get to the summary, I guess. So, it opened, like we say, it opened on a long monologue from generic voiceover dude saying aliens have been living among us and they're doing all sorts of things, just being regular people or being criminals or political intrigue and stuff like that. And just humans generally don't know about it because they're dumb. And then it cuts to random dude seeing a fiery something fall from the sky that he immediately calls a UFO, which
a
is
nice call.
I mean, he's not wrong, but
Yeah, technically, if it's an unidentified flying object, then he's right.
I mean, yeah, but regular people don't just immediately say UFO. They'd be like, I don't know, it's a meteor. Uh, but yeah, so he's surprisingly perceptive, and then I don't even remember whether this show had an intro, like opening thing.
Nope, it was just a title card.
Yeah, that was weird. Yeah, so it just opens with that guy. He is moving elsewhere. I wasn't entirely clear on whether it was like an international thing or if he's just moving
He
into the
was he was
countryside.
he was just moving to the countryside. He's from Tokyo.
Yeah. So he's moving to the countryside where everyone's a super big fan of baseball, apparently, because they immediately know both who he is and what he's there for, which is to join a high school team for baseball. Like, okay, being fans of baseball, sure. Being fans of high school baseball is a little odd.
He said he was like a bench warmer then also wasn't, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah, he did say he was a bench
I'm a
warmer,
bench warmer.
but also he's like the best player of middle school baseball. Somehow.
Well, he was the bench warmer on the best middle school team.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah, that makes a little more sense, I
So
guess.
he got in by association, basically.
Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. So he moves into a flat that is bigger than mine, which is a little. I mean, he's in the countryside, so I guess maybe they have more space than is typical for Japan, but still, whatever. It's fine. I'm not jealous. I'm a little jealous. But he moves in and sees all of his stuff's been unpacked already. That's a little weird. And assumes that his mum did it, which is also a
Okay.
little weird. Did she come down before him? Is she supposed to be living with him? Or I'm a little confused on where that assumption came from, but
None of that was specified.
none of it's really relevant either. Because
Yeah.
he hears a noise in another room and goes in assuming it's his mum, and no. We meet our alien for the first time, who immediately introduces himself as an alien.
Yeah.
The show doesn't mess
like,
around, really.
How'd you even get in here? Points at the window. We're on the 5th floor.
What are you, an Olympic gymnast or something? Yeah. Yeah. And Mr. Alien Dude is, no, like, I'm an alien. I was in that thing that hit the ground over there. You saw the thing? Yeah, that was me. And he turns on the TV, and there's, like, scientists studying this thing. There's, like, a chair in it, and that must have been made by someone or something. And,
But that doesn't prove how. There's also like a bit of a gag where he shoves him out of his out of his like Eric place, and then he comes right back into the door. He just shows him out again, and he goes back in, and he's already in there again.
Yeah,
It's
the bit about him already being back in the room was fine as far as those go, because that's just how that works. That joke's around a lot. The whole kicking him out and then the guy immediately trying to just go back in through the door was actually funny.
That was so good.
Yeah. So, Baseball Dude is like, that just because there's a thing in that doesn't mean you're an alien, you're just a fucking weirdo. It's fine. Just go away. And the alien goes like, no, look, I have this thing. I mean, I have amnesia. I don't know anything, but I have this thing that's probably...
There's a brief gag where he's like, prove it. He points out his finger, and then the guy just does the E.T. finger thing. And he's just like, what are you doing? It worked for Elliot.
That was pretty good, too. Yeah. So he hands over the little device thingy, and he's like, what the hell is this? And starts fiddling with it. And then it starts beeping. And then there's an explosion in the direction of the thing, and the news is immediately, oh my god, that thing exploded and there were people caught in it.
It's like, well, I guess you're a murderer now.
Yeah, and he really hits that button over and over again. Oh my god, you're a murderer now. All those people, they probably had families, and they might have been newly married and had children, and now the people that get left behind have this unwavering sadness that they will never be able to let go of.
Grief.
I love this guy. Yeah, so there's a knock on the door. And baseball guy goes to answer it, and it's a cute girl. I guess she's supposed to be cute, I guess. And she's like, hi, I moved in, here's a thing.
Just a little welcome present.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, they moved in at the same time, so that's a little weird, but well, similar time. But yeah, so she's like, I live next door, and my dad's a scientist. And he's like, oh, there was an explosion.
He's working on the ship.
There was an explosion. Oh no, he's fine. He called me right afterwards. He's fine. Everything's fine. So that's okay. So bye. And she goes away, and he's like, I'll help with whatever if you need. Goes back inside. And on the news is like, okay, it looks like there are no fatalities in that explosion. He's like,
well, it was actually, you get the guy with the puppets.
Oh god, yeah, there was I can't believe I almost skipped over the puppets. Oh my god, the puppets. Oh god, the puppets. That, I was not prepared for that. I was not prepared for the puppets.
I was not either.
And they're not even traditionally animated. They're CGI puppets, so they stick out even more. And they look so wrong in that animation. Oh god. And he's doing this shtick of like, oh, I just moved in. My dad's a scientist. I'll help you move things. Fucking Christ. I love this show.
There is a bit where they go out and like he's like, get out of my house. He's like, well then. And he goes outside, he puts up a sign that says, the truth about the UFO explosion. He's got a megaphone. He's like, "Well, you see, my friend here."
This
It's
dude.
Yeah.
blew
He takes the
shit
megaphone
up.
off him and he's like, "Don't worry, I have spares." Holds up another one.
Oh,
I'm gonna watch this whole show, aren't I?
I am gonna watch this whole show. This is great.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So he's like, "Okay, fine, you can stay, I guess. Just stop it, please." So they have dinner or something,
Yeah.
noodles, and so I think it was actually I think it was at this point that it was like, yeah,
Yeah.
confirmed no fatalities on the news and stuff.
No casualties at all.
Yeah.
Everything is perfectly fine.
Yeah. And they get into a bit of a spat again. And he's like, just fucking leave, arsehole. And he gets all sad and morose and he just kind of leaves.
Just leave you freak is like, and so he's like, oh well, I guess Hey, can I at least keep these clothes? I don't own
I
anything.
don't own
at all."
anything else. So, yeah. Fine, you can stay. Just
One
for
night.
tonight. Fine.
And
Someone
he
help me
goes
out.
past him into his room, and then he's like, well, he turns, he's right there. It's just like, oh, I need that, and it's on the news, just an object.
Right, yes, there was a thing that they were showing that they discovered, and he's like, I need to go get that, and immediately goes out to the balcony and jumps off it. Completely fine. Runs out into the street, and
Immediate
sound of a car crash. So, baseball dude rushes down to outside on the 5th floor, remember, so it takes him a while. Finds the guy, and he's holding a cat. A little white kitty cat. Meow.
Brings him
No.
over to
Yeah.
a park.
And they're both really injured. And alien dude is, I just need to rest. I don't want to dirty your apartment. Was I think what he said, why he needed to go to the
Yeah.
park. So he sits by a tree with the cat and starts to glow, and it heals them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a thing that happened.
And cat's safe now. I think we cut over to
Yeah. Cat's safe.
the fall.
Everything's fine. I think it skips to the next day.
next
Yeah,
day.
I guess we're left to assume that the alien decided to bugger off because we don't see him and we don't really know what he was doing. But yeah, next day in school, he's doing baseball practice because he's the baseball guy, I guess. It's his only defining character trait, but okay.
For the purpose of this show, I think that's fine.
Yeah, he's not the important one in this whole thing at all. He is a sounding board for puppetry and megaphone antics, so
He is
that's
the
okay.
he is the observer.
Yeah.
He is who you're watching this through.
Yeah. So, baseball guy sees the girl again, and they talk about something. I don't know what it was. I don't really care. I don't think it was important.
Her dad was on the news the night before talking about the explosion and stuff.
Right, and he wouldn't answer a call and just told her to bugger off, basically.
It's like, yeah, I have so much more time to jog now that my dad never comes home for lunch.
Yeah. So,
Because he's busy with alien shit.
yeah, well, that makes sense. You know, discovery of your career is probably kind of important, but, you know, whatever. So he goes home, and empty flat, as far as he can tell. Gets a knock on the door, and it's two, I'm going to call them hired goons. And they're like, hey, have you seen this guy? He's a murderer. And he's like, it's the alien dude. And he's like, nope. Yeah.
It's like, wait, is he just some crazy murder? He walks in, and alien dude is just there, peacefully with his cat. It's like, Good job. You could be a real con man.
Yeah, he keeps telling him that he would make a really good homicidal maniac. Just like all throughout the show. It's great. Yeah, and the alien's like, I didn't kill anyone, but I almost got killed. Lifts his shirt and he's got a bullet hole. But I got this, and it's the thing that he was looking at before. And he explains, this will reveal what I truly look like. He's like, okay, let's do, I guess.
Be warned, it's pretty crazy. Just putting it out there.
Yeah. And it makes a blue hologram kind of thing, and it starts off as just regular human-shaped dude alien.
Yeah,
Gradually
speaking in
morphs
some alien language
and melts into something Geiger-esque, is what I'll call it.
it's like a larva, but with a screaming baby face coming out of the butt.
Yeah. It's really creative. Like, I was actually worried while I was watching it. I was like, okay, this is going to be a fairly... It's going to be a bipedal alien thing, and it's going to have kind of weird proportions, but not really, and not look that interesting. It very much surprised me how, like, balls to the wall they went with the design. It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that was definitely like, yeah, no, I understand why you would warn him now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, to be continued.
And I want to watch more of this show.
Yeah. Outside of the antics, it does a really good job of building intrigue. Surprisingly so. Like, with so much zaniness in it, you wouldn't think it would be that successful at making you want to learn more about what's going on.
Yeah, this show definitely surprised me.
Yeah.
It's just quality gags, good comedic timing, and then just I'm now interested to know more about what the heck. Like, I'm willing to bet that baby larva thing is like probably a joke at this point, but I don't know for certain, and I want to find out.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I'd be okay with Seymour puppetry also. Puppets still there, as far as I could tell. They just fall on the floor.
The puppets were a one-shot deal. I'm pretty sure the people who make this seem smart, so I think they realized it was a one-time deal.
I think they need to bring it back at least one more time.
It was a really good one-time deal, though.
Just let it sit for a while and bring it in one more time. Yeah, I enjoyed this. What do you think, Ken?
I love this show, and I didn't expect to going in. I expected to be bored. I was not bored. I remember this whole episode from start to finish, every part of it, which is not happened in a few weeks. So, fantastic.
Quite. I didn't get a chance to watch as much of it as I might have liked due to connection problems.
Oh, man.
But I'm... if this is another Edo Tama situation, then I'm probably going to have to watch some more of it.
It's not that weird and random.
Yeah.
Like, everything ties together in a way, even though it's, weird as shit.
Yeah.
But
I will say the subtitles were a little bit squirry.
Yeah.
There were problems.
I was watching it dubbed.
They
there's a dub.
dubbed this gem.
On Funimation, there's a dub.
Yep.
Funimation's website. I
Wow.
watched it dubbed.
I
It
know
was
how
so
I'm
good.
spending my evening. Thank you.
Well,
Zero, did you recognize the alien's voice?
I didn't at first. No.
Dang. Okay.
I feel like I might have heard either the dad of the girl be maybe Chris Sabat or somebody similar sounding, but I don't know. There weren't any voice actors I really recognized.
Okay. Oh well.
according to the Wikipedia site, we have Vic Mignogna.
Oh yes, that's what it was.
Vic McNamana.
Vic Mignogna. Okay, so that's what it was. Okay, that makes more sense because I couldn't quite pin it down.
It's always a good episode where we end up spending like 30 seconds just random.
Didn't we mention Elric last week?
Did we? I don't even remember what last week was. Last week was a week ago. That's how time works.
Well, one last question before we wrap this up. Just a thought for the future. If we see shows like this that we just want to watch all of, maybe set up something similar to Zero Interest about it, just giving our thoughts on more than just the first episode. Just for the good ones.
I think that is a big time commitment, though. Maybe just a review of this show itself.
We'll see. Anyway, we should roll.
Time to hopefully get another diamond in the rough.
Last week you were all bitching about how we were going to get another sucky show, and I had hope, and none of you did.
I wasn't here last week.
Reminder, we used a veto last week.
You guys did?
Free. No, did we?
I don't think we did.
Did we not?
I'm pretty sure we didn't.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're right. That other one that was previous was the one we actually did last week. Okay. I was confused.
Yeah. So I want everyone to know that I was right and you were wrong. It's very important.
Well, I mean, I didn't have high hopes about this show, but I didn't have low hopes either. Just seemed like not good, not bad, just right in the middle there. That's not something that you'd want to say no way to, and we were pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, it didn't portray itself as garbage, but it also didn't have anything that was like, okay, this is a really cool concept and I want more of this. It all hinged on the execution, and they knocked it out of the park. So,
apropos.
Yeah, I got it. Yep. Thank you, patient. All right, we rolling, Ken?
Yeah, I already rolled. All right, this week, start off with 16.
P.
P.
Hey!
57.
Alrighty.
I'm so glad I closed my window so my entire neighborhood didn't just hear me yell P just randomly. Without context, that would be a little weird.
A little.
With context, it's still a little weird, let's be honest.
Alright, so this one sits right near the middle, apparently, because we get 29.
29. Let's see here. Roll again, that's Pokemon.
Okay. 9.
9.
I mean, I could watch Pokemon.
We already did once.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, that's why I said reroll. Alright, so this week's winner is called Peacefinger.
I was right there, just waiting for it. Alright. And copy and paste into the chat. Alright, This one. Tetsunosuke Ichimura has always been upset about his short stature after he sees his parents being murdered by a Chūshū assassin right in front of him. He vows with all his heart to become strong enough to take revenge on their killer. It is now 1864, the first year of Genji. Tetsunosuke, now 15, heads to the headquarters of the Shinsengumi with his older brother
Tatsunosuke.
Thank you. It's harder to read this. Looking to join the historical group to fulfill his dreams of getting stronger. Little does he realize what he is about to experience by doing so, for in order to join this army, one must forego his humanity and become a demon. Show about the Shinsengumi. Okay.
I can dig it.
I'm down for this.
Yeah, sure.
2003, so it's a bit time weirdness. So
24 episodes. This doesn't strike me as something that would be like 5 minutes, but just to be sure.
Yeah, I'll check. Hold on.
Hmm.
I have a feeling like I'm very confident this is full length. Yeah, it is.
Cool.
All right, so Peacemaker.
Hmm. Yeah,
Cool.
it's an interesting thing because you don't actually see a lot about the Shinsengumi and stuff like that. But well, you see parodies of them, but that's about it. All right.
Whatever this is, such a high bar that's been set this week.
Oh yes.
Yeah. That's a little unfair, though.
It is.
I mean, you can't compare them week to week, or you're just gonna. Well, actually, usually it'd just be like, oh, it's not as bad as last week, most of the time. Anyway. So. Yeah. I've already forgotten what the name of the Peacemaker. That's it. Yeah. So, we'll be watching that next week. Hopefully, it's another gem. One can hope.
Yeah.
I'd like to go 2 for 2 on back-to-back weeks. That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be very nice.
This honestly strikes me as something that could be a underrated sort of anime. Let's hope so.
All right. Bye, everybody.
All right,
Bye.
later, guys.
Until next time.